Alright, so let's go over solving proportions. Proportion is just a statement that one ratio equals another ratio. So, for example, 1/4 equals 2/8, or 3/5 equals 9/15. So, solving a proportion comes into play when one of them is unknown. So we know this is true. 3/5 is 9/15, so let's say 3/5 equals some unknown over 15. So we know the answer is going to be 9 because these ratios have to be equal. So really just equivalent fractions. So just multiply by 3, that gives us 15, and this gave us 9. So maybe we could see that right off the bat. This is going to have to be 9 because it's multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. But something we can do is cross multiply. So we do 3 times 15, now give us 45, and x times 5, which gives us 5x. So now we have a regular equation we can solve. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and then 45 divided by 5 is 9. So we get that x equals 9, just like we expected it to be. So a question you may be asking is, why do we have to do this if we could look at it and see that it's just supposed to be 9 because it's just a multiple of 3? Well, what happens if it's not a perfect multiple? Like, what if it's 3 over 5 equals x over 14? In this case, there's no integer value that you multiply 5 by to get 14. So here's an example where cross multiplying will come into play. So 3 times 14 is going to be 42, and x times 5 is 5x. So 3 times 14 goes here, x times 5 goes here. So now to solve, we divide by 5, divide by 5. So x equals whatever 42 divided by 5 is. And we could do that by hand, of course. So 5 doesn't go into 4 evenly, it goes into, well, it doesn't go into 4 at all. It goes into 42 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. Bring down to 0. And then 5 goes into 24 times perfectly. So x equals 8.4. Here's another example of when cross multiplying would help us solve a proportion more easily. So let's cross multiply. 2 times 9 is 18. X plus 1 times 5 is going to be 5 times x plus 1. Right now let's distribute this. So this becomes 5x plus 5. Now we can solve for x. So minus 5, minus 5. 18 minus 5 is 13, so we have 13 equals 5x. So now solve for x by dividing both sides by 5. We have x is 13 over 5, and we could of course figure that out. So 5 goes into 13 twice for 10. Remainder 3, so bring down to 0. And 5 goes into 30 6 times perfectly. So x equals 2.6.